guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Philex. So in today's lecture we shall discuss very conceptual and numericals of this subject electrostatics, which will definitely strengthen your concept within this subject. So don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's start with these questions. The first question is, there is three charges, one is of 5 coulomb, another one is of 6 coulomb, and third one is of 9 coulomb charges. And if 5 coulomb charges and 6 coulomb charges are separated by a distance of 6 meter, and 6 coulomb charges and 9 coulomb charges are separated by a distance of 9 meter, then the question is, if the medium is air, then find the net force on the 6 coulomb charge due to 5 coulomb charge and 9 coulomb charge. Okay, the question is, find the force on 6 coulomb charge. So on which body the force is we have to calculate? On the 6 coulomb charge body due to the charge of 5 coulomb charge and 9 coulomb charge. You already know from the Coulomb's law that if there is two charges, then a force of either attraction or repulsion will act upon between them, right? So whether it will be repulsion or whether it will be attraction will be given by the nature of the charges. If the two charges are plus or minus, then the force will be repulsive, or same charges will be repulsive forces, and opposite charges will give the attractive forces, right? Here in this case all charges are same, so all the forces here is repulsive forces, right? So the question is that find the force on 6 coulomb charge due to 5 coulomb charge and 9 coulomb charge. That means the force on 6 coulomb charge is from the two sources. One is due to 5 coulomb due to 5 coulomb charge, and another one is due to 9 coulomb charges. And I have to find this net force on this body. That means two forces are acting on this body, and I have to find out the two forces and then vectorically sum that and find out the final answer, right? So let's solve these questions. From the Coulomb's law we already know that F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 divided by r square. Using this simple formula we shall solve all the questions throughout this chapter, right? So let's begin the solution. First, calculate the force due to force between 5 coulomb charge and 6 coulomb charge. Since it will be repulsive, then the force is from this side, and 5 coulomb charge will go this side due to these charges. Okay, so here q1, first make a notes of what has been given to you. q1 is here 5 coulomb charges, and q2 is obviously 6 coulomb charges, and r, that is the distance of separation, is 6 meter. If q1, q2 and r is already given and the medium is air, then we should have no hesitation in find out the force. That is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, that which is also is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 in the SI unit. So I shall write it 9 into 10 to the power 9 multiplied by q1, which is equal to 5 coulomb charges, q2 is equal to 6 coulomb charges, and divided by 6 square, right? R square, and r is replaced by 6, that's why it is 6 square. So one of the 6 will be cancelled by this 6. Okay, then it will be cancelled by 3 into 2 is 6, and 3 into 3 is 9. That is, now we are left with 3 into 5, that is equal to 15 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 9 as it is. So 15 by 2 into 10 to the power 9, that is 15 by 2 is your 7.5. 15 by 2 is 7.5, so this is 7.5 into 10 to the power 9. Let's give a name, that is F due to 5 coulomb charge. Suppose it is F1. So F1 is your 7.5 multiplied by 10 to the power 9, and the unit of force is Newton. SI unit of the force is Newton. Since we have taken all the units previously in the SI units, that's why the SI unit of the force we have already taken in the answer, that is Newton. So this, remember, this force is towards right. I will only interested in the forces on the 6 coulomb charge body. So on the 6 coulomb charge body, the 5 coulomb charge pushes it towards the right. Now F1 is already given, that is 7.5, okay, multiplied by 10 to the power 9. Now I shall consider the forces that is acted upon by the 9 coulomb charges. Then I will have to find out the two forces which are 6 coulomb charge and 9 coulomb charge. And now here Q1 will be 6 coulomb charge, Q2 will be 9 coulomb charge. I am considering only these two charges, and R, which is distance of separation, is 9 meter. Okay, now the force, let's give it a name F2. Okay, so F2 will be I'm only interested in the magnitude here. So 9 into 10 to the power 9, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. So it is 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 9. Q1 is your 6, Q2 is your 9, divided by R square will be replaced by 9 square. Then one of the 9 will be cancelled, another 9 will be cancelled. Now I am left with only 6 into 10 to the power 9 Newton, right? So the F2 is 6 multiplied by 10 to the power 9 Newton, and F1, which we have previously found that it is 7.5 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. Since I am only interested in the 6 coulomb charges body, the 6 coulomb charges body will be repelled by the 9 coulomb charges body, therefore it will go towards left. Okay, it will go towards the left. And now here it is 6 with a force of 6 into 10 to the power 9, and the 5 coulomb charges body repel it with 7.5 into 10 to the power 9 Newton forces. So which one is greater? Obviously 7.5 is greater than 6. That's why the force towards the right is greater. And if two forces are exactly opposite to each other, then the net forces will be given by subtracting the two individual forces. Now net forces will be this is, I have taken it F1 and already have taken it F2. So it will be F2 minus F1, and F2 is your 7 point, okay, sorry, F1 minus F2, F1 minus F2, F1 minus F2, and F1 is your 7.5 into 10 to the power 9 minus 6 into 10 to the power 9. If I take 10 to the power 9 common, then it will be 7.5 minus 6. Okay, so it will be 7.5 minus 6 into 10 to the power 9, and now final answer will be 7.5 minus 6, that is 1.5 multiplied by 10 to the power 9 Newton, and this is your final answer. And the net force is in which direction? It is the direction of the direction in which 7.5 goes, right? That's so 7.5 goes towards the right, and the net force for the final answer will be here with a force of 1.5 into 10 to the power 9 and towards right. It is towards right. Towards right. Clear? So since this force is greater than this force, so we have net forces towards right, and the net forces is 10 to the power 5 into 1.5 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. Okay, very simple questions. I hope you have all of you have understood already. So let's go to the next questions. So the next question is, a charge of minus 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb is attached with ceiling of a room. Okay, there is a ceiling of a room. This is a ceiling, and this is a charge which has the magnitude of 10 to the power 5 coulomb, and a charge, okay, it has been already attached with this ceiling. Then a charge of iron ball of 0.9 kg. Okay, there is another charged iron ball. This is the charged iron ball which has the mass 0.9 kg and a charge of 10 to the power 6 coulomb. Okay, of charge of 10 to the power 6 coulomb is attached placed at a distance x meter from the ceiling as shown, which has been, sorry, this is not attached. So placed at a distance, it has been placed at a distance of x meter from the ceiling, right? So it has been, suppose it has been a x meter from the ceiling. Then what should be this x? What should be this x? So that the iron ball will not fall down. So we have to adjust this x so that this iron ball will not fall down. That means it will be move as it will be stay as such without any external force. It will without any external agency we have to hang that on the air, right? So without any external agency we will hang that on air. Then what should be this distance? You have already given that mass of this ball, that is 0.9 kg. 0.9 kg. You have already given the charge of the ceiling. Let me represent it by QC. Charge of the ceiling is 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb, and charge of this ball, suppose I will take it QB, which is 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb, placed at a distance of x meter. Suppose the distance is x already taken. Then we have to find this force. We have to find this force for which we have to find this distance for which this ball will not fall down or not move upward. It will stay on this air as such. So think a little bit, then what could be done to solve these questions. You have to find this distance at which the ball will not either not fall down or not move upward. It will stay as such on the air. Okay, it will move, it do not move anywhere. So how can you find this answer? Let me see. If there would be if there would be no charges on the ceiling or no charges on this ball, then if you place that at a distance, at some particular distance from the ground, if you place a ball, then what will happen? This ball will simply fall down, right? Fall down to the ground. But here in this cases it will not, we have assumed that it will not fall down. That means some force is acting towards in opposite direction. Why does it fall down? If some object is in the air at some particular distance from the ground, then why should it fall down to the ground? It is just because of the gravity, right? The force acting on it is m into g. The gravitational force is pulling it towards the earth, right? That's why it is falling down with a force of how many force? It is m into g. That's the gravitational force near the earth's surface, which is m times g. So due to this force, this ball is generally falling down, but we have applied some counter forces. Remember, this is a minus force, this is a plus charges, this is a minus charges. That's why the force between them will be attractive. If this force between them is attractive, then this force will tend to move towards, in which direction? Due to charges, it will move towards the upward direction, because it will be attracted towards the positive charge and gravity pulls it downward. Okay, if these two charges, that means on the downward direction there is a gravity force, on the upward direction there is electrostatic force. Okay, and if these two charges will be balanced, if the two charges will be equal but opposite, then the net force on this body will be 0. Okay, for example, if you pull a object with a force of 100 newton towards right, and if you pull the same object with a 100 newton force towards left, then the body will not go anywhere. It will just simply stay out there. Exactly in the same manner, if you apply some force mg right towards the right, and if you apply some force fc towards the left, and if these two forces will be same, then this object will not go anywhere. It will stay out there as such, right? So therefore the net force, that for we the argument or the conclusion that we get from this discussion is the force that acting towards downward is equal to the force acting on the upward direction. So downward direction is pretty clear, that m into g, which will be equal to the which force? The electrostatic force. We have already know that q1, we have already know, you have already know the qc, you have already know the qb, q due to ball and q due to ceiling, and you have already assumed the distance is x. Then we should have no hesitation in find the electrostatic force. So F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2, which is qb qc times divided by distance is x we have taken, so x square. So this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 qb qc divided by x square, right? So now we shall put the value. we know the value of m, we know the value of g already. Already it is given that 10 meter per second square, and we have already known that we have already know the qb, we have already know the qc, and now we shall find out the x. Okay, you will, the only thing that we do not know is x, so by substituting this we can easily get this one. So let's put this from the right hand side. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. So I shall put 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 9, and qb is 10 to the power minus 5, and qc is 10 to the power minus 6, divided by x square that I do not know. Here m shall be replaced by how much? M is 0.9, and g is 10. It has been already given. Now 10 to the power 9 and 10 to the power minus 5 and 10 to the power minus 6. So it will be 10 to the power minus 5 times minus 6, that is 10 to the power minus 11. Right? 10 to the power minus 5 minus 6, that is 10 to the power minus 11. And 0.9 multiplied by 10, which is equal to 9. Right? So 9 from the left and 9 from the right will cancel out each other, and the x will move, since it is in the downstairs, when it will go, it will move upstairs. Okay, so the next step, I shall move this x square, I shall cancel this 9 on both sides, and now x square. Okay, here 10 to the power 9, and it is 10 to the power 11. So 10 to the power 9 minus 11. Now solving these questions, we will get 10 to the power 9 minus 11, that is 10 to the power 9 minus 11 is how much? 10 to the power minus 2. Right? 10 to the power minus 2. Therefore 10 to the power minus 2 is x square. So x is simply root over of 10 to the power minus 2, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 1. Okay, 10 to the power minus 2, root over of 10 to the power minus 2 is 10 to the power minus 1. So 10 to the power minus 1, since all the units that we have taken previously is in the SI unit, so it will be also in the SI unit, and SI unit of length is meter. Okay, so the final answer is x is equal to 10 to the power minus 1 meter, and 1 meter, by the way, 10 to the power minus 1, that is 1 by 10, and 1 meter is, by the way, 100 meter, 100 centimeter. Now cancelling this one of the zeros, we will get x is equal to 10 centimeter. We shall get x is equal to 10 centimeter. So if we place it, this x will be 10 centimeter away from the ceiling, then this 0.9 kg ball will not move downward or will not move upward, rather it will stay in the air. Right? So clear? Now go to the third questions. That's if two charges, one of plus 10 coulomb and another one of plus 40 coulomb, are separated by a distance of 9 meter on ground, then where should you put a third charge q so that the charge will not move anywhere? It is exactly the uh, same kind of question that I'm asking here. You can easily solve this one. That find out the, I will give only hint of these questions. So what you have to do, this, there is three charges, one is 10 coulomb charge and another one is 40 coulomb charge, and the third charge is of q amount. Okay, then you have to find that where should this q should be placed in between this 10 coulomb and 40 coulomb charge, so that this q charge will not move anywhere. That means it will not move either towards right or towards left. Okay, so what to do is to first find out the force. Suppose assume that there is a separation distance is x meter. Suppose it is some x meter from the 10 coulomb charges, let's assume. Then what you have to do is to find this for this particular distance you have to find the force. You have already know the 10 coulomb charges, you have know the q amount of charges, and if suppose you have assumed this 9 coulomb x meter distance, then you can easily find this force due to this one, and since it is a positive charge, so it will repel towards right. Now you have to do what you have to do is find out this separation distance. Obviously this will be from, since whole of the one is 9 meters, so it will be 9 minus x meter. You have already known the distance right now, so you have already known the charge, so you can easily find the f2 also, f2 as well, right? So if you find this f2 and f1, and now remember that this q, this 40 coulomb charge will repel this force towards right, towards left. Now one of the force is towards right, and third one is second one is towards left, so they will must cancel each other in order to for the charge to be stationary out there, right? So for the net charge of this q, for the net charge to be stationary, this q charge should be the net force on this charge is balanced. That's why f1 should be equal to f2. F1 should be equal to f2, and find put the all the formula of f1 and f2, do the simple algebra, and you will find the final answer. Okay, let me know in the comment section this answer of these questions and how you have arrived this question, arrived at this answer, right? So if you like this video, please do subscribe the channel and share with your friends who also need these questions to be solved, and share your feelings that how do you feel about this lecture. Thank you.